Yeah, okay. So here we are, and we want to talk about your PgMP certification related queries. And I am your host, Saket Bansal, and I want to talk about what you should know before you decide to do PgMP certification. I will try to use as much possible public informations which are available on PMI website. But in case you have a specific query, we can definitely talk and explore in detail. But the structure is something like this. First, we understand basics like eligibility criteria. Maybe we start from who is the right person to do PGMP program. That may be a first thing to do. Then we talk about what is the eligibility criteria from PMI. Yeah, that's something we learn. What is the overall content outline? Yeah, what kind of things will get tested? And what is the process of doing PGMP certification? So this we will do with the help of PMI website only, not taking anything else. Once we are done with overall understanding of process, then how possibly you can prepare for PGMP using our program. That will be the last section. Maybe we'll spend around 20 minutes where we will show how possibly you can prepare using our program. So this is the structure which I am planning to follow here. In between, as I finish one segment, I will give you a time to have a questions as well, so that we don't wait till end. We can resolve queries as we go along. Yeah. So first thing first, let's visit the page called Program Management Professional PGMP Certification. I'm sharing the link in the chat as well, so that probably you can watch it, yeah, along in case you want to refer to this particular thing. Now, PMI has their typical information which talks about what is this exam and what kind of fee. The fee will be depending upon from where you are browsing. Since I am watching from India, I get an Indian price. We'll talk about that. But first and foremost, we want to discuss, is the PGMP certification right for you? Now, PMI tells that, you have a lot of PMP certified professionals, PMI certified professionals, and by doing PGMP, you create a separate brand for yourself, and you have a 42% higher earning potential by doing PGMP. But I would say these things are statistical. They may be true for someone, may not be true for someone else. But what I observe, yeah, what kind of individuals should do PGMP certification? I have been thinking about starting PGMP certification for more than 12 years. And any various time I did an evaluation, I did a overall analysis of the market size. And most of the time, my answer was no, that I should not be focusing and promoting PGMP certification because there is no market for it. Yeah. And at the same time, I don't see that it will really add that much value. So I used to reach to that conclusion multiple times in the last 12 years. But finally, from the last year, when I re-evaluate the program, I realized the things has changed because there are so many PMP certified professionals. And because of this COVID era, people giving exam from home, and because of various reasons, the number of people PMP certifieds are many. Yeah. And there are individuals, especially when they are crossing the 15-year plus experience bucket, the PMP becomes as a basic hygiene certification, but they want to add something as a differentiator. Yeah. So I do see adding a little senior certification which focuses on program level management is adding value to various professionals. And that's why we started promoting PGMP recently. Recently means in around 6 months. It's been that we are promoting PGMP. And that's the thing I see when my client approaches me who wants to do PGMP. They are also coming basically from that particular mindset. The second thing is, the more and more self-organizing teams are coming, more and more technology is improving. People are looking the senior professionals to manage program, not individual projects. So organizations are looking for creating bigger value by clubbing the related projects under a program umbrella. And the senior professionals are expected to take care of program more often than the project. So that's the another reason where you see the job description. Good number of technology companies nowadays has a less project manager designation, but they will have a program manager designation. Technical program manager, process program manager, just a program manager, delivery program manager. That designation became pretty popular in the last 2-3 years. It was not the case when I used to do evaluation. before. And because of these reasons, we thought that we should be promoting PGMP. And if some of these reasons are relating to you, you probably want to do a PGMP certification. So those individuals who have around 15 plus years of experience, they want to differentiate themselves. Though PMI has no criteria of 15 plus, I'm just talking about the type of individuals we are getting. We'll talk about PMI criteria soon. But usually the 15-year plus experience who wants to differentiate going from project to program and also want to put little weight into the profile, they are the people who are coming to us for PGMP certification. Any question related to who should do PGMP before I talk about the eligibility criteria for PGMP?
I'll go ahead and ask Saket,
Please.
just to make sure that we don't lose this opportunity of asking question. I mean, like you, I've been in the same road. I started this road, chain of thought multiple times to like, hey, if I should be doing that. I did my PMP almost 13 years ago, and then I had been questioning like, okay, is it? I mean, I went through journey of taking multiple other certifications, and kept thinking like, oh, PGMP. It's a back when I took PMP, there were like 3,000 some people that were certified in PGMP. I'm sure there will be many more now because if it is acting as a differentiator.
Around
I
10,000.
have
I don't have the exact number, but yeah, around 10,000, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I have been. I used to be a project manager, became a program manager, then went into business analysis, security, cyber security, and whatnot. And I'm looping back here and curious, because I used to be people manager, now I'm individual contributor. But at some point of time, I want to get back into people management, and was just thinking like, if I apply for big fours, whether product or whatever, like top 10 employers in the world, how would this certification help making it
Sure,
not
sure.
just as a differentiator on the paper, but also how will I be able to have a good coherent story that I can tell?
Perfect. Yeah, that's the idea.
This this
Yeah.
is somewhere I'm curious. Yeah.
With the help of exam content outline, we will learn more about it. But my idea is it is just not a title in your profile which says you have a X certification. But because of that title, you change your language, you change your profile description. When you go for interview, you present your experience in a different manner. And that something we connect with the recruiter. That's the value we want to get from PMP as well as a PGMP certification, that it is just not about a certificate. It should give me something which starts giving me an edge over elaborating my experience for that particular role. So I do believe if someone is targeting program management kind of role, this certificate will give you the knowledge you gain as the process of acquiring this certificate gives you that particular weightage. We will see that in more detail as we get there. And I personally downloaded the program management standard myself somewhere in 2008. Yeah. When I thought I should do it, then afterwards it's been like a significant amount of time, around 15 years I have been downloading the versions after versions but not doing anything. And I did my own last year only. I said, now it's the time I should do it. 2008, when I was not into the training business, I started training in 2012. After that I was frequently looking at it, but before I got into training I was curious, but at the same time I saw there is no pull for it, there is no recognition for it. Then I keep delaying, but now I see it's a good time. Yeah, so we'll explore more. And the queries which I see in the chat, here we are going eligibility criteria. So what is a program management experience? Do we need to do a PMP certification? That is where we are heading. So after covering the first segment, probably you get an idea that, okay, I probably want to do it. Yeah, I want to do it. But what is the eligibility from PMI and what is the process? What is the overall investment of time and money I need to do? Let me understand that path. So we move forward and talk about that topic now. So first and foremost, we talk about eligibility criteria. So I am focusing on the section which is designed for the people who have a bachelor degree, because that's the typical segment who are with us and who might be thinking of doing the PGMP. And there are other little bit variants if you don't qualify for a bachelor degree as a segment. So once you have a bachelor degree, from a PMI perspective, you need to demonstrate two types of experience in PGMP certification. One experience is project management experience for 4 years, and another is a program management experience for 4 years. Yeah. The project management experience you don't have to demonstrate if you have done PMP certification. That was the query. So PMP is not mandatory, but if someone has done a PMP certification, they only need to talk about 4 years of program management experience. Now, do we necessarily do must have a program management experience? The answer is yes. Now, little bit explanation from a PMI paperwork perspective, PMI.org application perspective. Let's have a common understanding. What is the meaning of program here? So first thing is when we are focusing on PGMP, we are focusing on strategic program. We are not focusing on just taking care of tactical program where we integrate multiple teams together and produce some result. So they are saying program as a definition is cluster of related interconnected projects in order to manage them as a one synergized unit so that we can maximize our efficiency and return on our investment. So if I have a three projects, but actually they are connected and we are managing them as a individual units, then the synergy is not coming out. The teams might be doing duplicate work, the dependency management might not be taken care. And when we are delivering those output of those three projects, maybe we are unable to really realize the benefits, the results which should be coming to the operational team. So rather than running these three projects as an independent unit, why don't you create a program out of it? And the program management is basically looking into synergy, alignment, and working with the end user to deliver value, the operational group. Whereas the project managers of these three teams or a project teams will be taking care of their individual deliverables and individual level, component level stakeholders. So that way, the 4 years of experience PMI expect that you should be doing project management. You need to know what is happening at a component level. That's why they insist on having project management experience as well in the PMI space. And the program management is the collaboration, integration, dependency management, alignment to the benefits realization, helping the organization to enable as a change management activities so that the real benefits can come, and continuously aligning these projects to the benefits. That is called program management. So we need to demonstrate in the application that we have been doing a leadership role in a program management as a program manager. So these are the two type of experiences we need to put. As you know, with the other PMI certificates as well, it is a nice description you have to write in your PMI.org application. PMI is not asking any paper evidence from your employer or from anywhere to talk about that experience. But yes, unlike PMP, this experience get critically reviewed. So they have the description you write get critically reviewed. So they have a two levels of review. First level of review will be done by the PMI to make sure that yes, this program really looks like a program and this experience is good enough. As you know, if you are not selected in the audit, then you will go to the next level, which is called panel review. In a first level, if you get selected for audit, 2-3% people may get selected there. Then they will ask some references, email IDs, which could be personal email IDs also. They will share those description with those people and they need to say, yeah, you were involved in doing those kind of activity. Once you pass that process, then they have a first level of evaluation, which is more an evaluation of your story. So in the PGMP application, we have a 3 experience summary, which is like an essay you need to write, and the group of certified program manager panel will review your experience summary. And if they like your experience summary, they will say this guy is good to go ahead for online exam. So there are 2-step process. One is your the story based exam, which is called application panel review, and the second one will be which is your online 4 hours exam, which we will talk more in detail. So in a brief manner, we have spoken about the eligibility as well as a process of getting PGMP certification. I want to talk about the content outline now, but before that, if you have any query, we can discuss. Good. So the process is clear. Yeah. So you need to show these experiences and all those things here. Now, do we see that some employers will be preferring PGMP over others? So I would say that for PGMP certification, the data is not that much because the number of participants are less. I won't say that there is a query which will be just coming based on PGMP and your profile will get selected. I don't think that can happen very soon. But you usually see as a differentiator. So they may not be asking for it, but when you have it, first, your language in your profile will change. You will be talking more about program management, and the certificate itself brings that particular credibility. Yeah. So, how is a typical panel interview conducted? Not to get confused, nobody is going to call you and take your interview. Only thing they will do is read the English which you have written in your application, which you can definitely take some mentorship also in order to write that particular English. So once you write those three experiences, those things will get reviewed by the panel. If they don't like it, they will give you one more opportunity to fix that. And if you don't fix it in the second time also, then they will say, we close your application, we give your money back. Probably after some time, you can apply again. There is no wait time though, but they will not proceed that particular application. You need to start again. Yeah, that's the process of the panel review. I personally feel writing the answer for those three questions help us in understanding program management far better compared to the online exam, which we will give as a second step. So even if you are getting mentored, if you are working with me, we have a process of supporting you to write the application well, but the interaction you do, the back and forth happens. If you really get the answers which you have written and submitted to the PMI, that itself is a rewarding experience.
I have a question here.
Please.
The person is already in the same role of last 3 to 4 years. I am playing a role of program manager. So how this certification will add value in the current organization?
So see, no direct possible answer, but usually I would say that it just makes you more aware about the global standard of the program management. As we do PMP also, I might be doing project management, but I might be doing 20 things. But internationally, people might be expecting 30 things from me. But I am doing 20 which are common, but I'm doing 20 things which are others also. So by doing a program management certificate, probably we understand that in general, as a global standard, what is expected from the program manager, we start seeing the overlap and the gaps which we have, and that gives a little polishing to our experience. Yeah, that much I can say. As I said, it will become more like a differentiator and polishing, and you will put the right language rather than just a certificate gives you a particular opportunity. Anything else about the eligibility part? Anyone? The PGMP and its eligibility before I go to exam content outline and the value add, the language, whatever story I'm telling, the story will become more clear once we browse the exam content outline, because we will understand that, okay, these are the things which we are expected to know as a program manager. And these are the things which will also be tested in the exam, and I will prepare these things well. Then you get a clarity about the whole package of PGMP certification process. Yeah. I just take a pause in case someone has a query till here before I go further. Yeah. Good till here? Yeah. Okay. Now moving forward. So we understood what is the case, what is the eligibility, and I go up and I open a content outline. So on the same page, I put this link again in your chat in case you missed it before. This is the same PMI link. It's a public link. Yeah. So I open the exam content outline. So this is as with any PMI certificate. PMI certificates are based on exam content outline. So same thing for PGMP program as well. Now, what is the process? The usual thing is PMI does their research periodically. After 5-6 years, they repeat the cycle. And for a given role, they survey various organizations and they try to find out what is expected from this role. Yeah. Same thing they do for PMP. For a project manager, they conduct a survey and they find out what is expectation from a project manager and they make a list. Yeah. And that list becomes a PMP exam content outline. Similarly, PMI does their study and they review, interview, analyze the various roles played by program manager in different organization. And based on that, they make a list of the things which they expect program manager should do. And that is indirectly also answering Deepak's question, because we spoke about that, yeah, I might be doing some of these tasks, but I may not be doing others. By doing PGMP, I probably start getting the holistic understanding. So that thing is called exam content outline. The PGMP program, we have 70 plus those kind of tasks. Yeah. So we have a program manager task compiled by PMI, and there are list of these tasks which are available here. We will briefly touch upon all of them briefly. Yeah. Now, overall, as we understand from any PMI certificate, they usually create a categorization of these tasks. They are saying, oh, as a program manager, you are expected to do around 70 plus tasks. And we can categorize them into 5 broad categories. And we will also give an indication about how many questions or percentage of exam will be focusing on that skill set, that area of program management work. Yeah, so that is called 5 domains of our PGMP certification. So the first domain is called strategic program alignment. Now, little bit info about it. So strategic program alignment is a domain where PMI expect we should be focusing on doing things which are ensuring the program produces some strategic goal for the organization. So strategic goal could be reducing operational cost. The strategic goal could be increasing profitability. The strategic goal could be launching a new line of business. The strategic goal could be revamping a particular area of your organization. Yeah, strategic goal could be ensuring the merged units of various organization produces the desired outcome. So you have something which is big in nature, and in order to achieve that big in nature, organization initiate a program. So they want to make sure the program manager understand how the organization strategy should be understood, and how should we make sure the strategy is converted into project level deliverables at a later stage. And throughout the execution of the program, which includes various projects, component projects, there should be continuous alignment to the organization strategy. So those kind of tasks get tested in the strategic alignment domain. In general, it talks about ensuring that organization stakeholder understand the business case of the program, and there is a continuous approval and revalidation of the business case throughout the program duration. There should be a clear alignment to the program goal with the help of a program charter. There should be a clear view, at a high level view, of how this program is going to deliver value and when things will get done in the format of program roadmap. And as a program manager, you ensure the roadmap, strategic alignment towards the charter, validity of the business case remains throughout the program duration. And having an alignment on overall risk management strategy, overall governance of the program in as per the organization expectation is the area of strategic alignment. Yeah. So that's one of the role which we are expected to do as a program manager. In many organizations, the program managers may not be involved in this activity. They are more execution and integration oriented, but they are not yet into strategy space. So when I do a program management certification, I understand that I need to learn about strategic alignment as well. So that's the first domain. Program lifecycle management is the easier one. It is basically the execution oriented. So it is more about ensuring that we create high level plan for the whole program. We have different component projects. We have a continuous master schedule where we track dependency with each other. We have a risk management approaches done at a project levels. We have aggregation of the risk which are crossing a particular threshold at a program level. And I take care of guiding, mentoring project team. I take care of the issues which are getting escalated at a higher level. We take care of funding. We take care of overall alignment of the change. We need to make sure that overall we are executing the work. That's the program lifecycle management. It is the 44% of your exam. So in a way, the content wise, it is heavy. this task alone has a 30, this domain alone has a 35 task. It has a heavy thing. So in a way, that is going to be relatively easy. If anyone work as a program manager, they are doing this job all the time. They need to manage dependency. They need to take care of risk. They need to talk about stakeholder reporting, health check, milestone reviews. All those kind of stuff are usual thing. Yeah. So that is probably easy to connect, but yeah, it required a little bit of study. Then we have benefits management. They just call it alignment. It's a wrong typo, but it's a benefits management. Now that's a little tricky. When we focus as a project manager, many times when we are delivery oriented program manager also, our focus always remain into deliverables requirements. Oh, we have this scope, this requirement, I need to deliver it. When I work with many program managers who are applying for PgMP, when we look at their application interaction, that becomes the biggest problem. I keep getting the description which is still focusing on requirements, still focusing on getting deliverable. So what PMI tells is, as a program manager, you are not that much sensitive towards deliverable. You are more sensitive about the benefits your program has to produce. So rather than tracking requirement getting met, you need to track the benefits getting met. Now, what is the benefits? Benefits like we want to increase sale. We want to reduce our operational cost by 20%. So those kind of benefits which are aligned to the strategic objective of the organization, you need to make sure that you manage those benefits during the program duration. Many a time, this also becomes a new learning for practicing program managers also, especially if you are working as a vendor program manager. Benefits are not that much connected to us, but we learn as a program manager, we should also learn about, okay, what is benefit? How do I monitor benefits? What kind of KPI we should use? What is a benefits management plan? What is benefits transitioning? What is benefits sustainment? And how should we track and continuously take care of benefits as a form of a benefits register? Those kind of stuff comes into the benefits management. Yeah. So strategic alignments and benefits management usually becomes a learning opportunity in my experience working with many aspiring program managers, because they find in their day-to-day job that thing is not that much exposed. So that's something you will learn. Stakeholder engagement, any leadership role will require stakeholder engagement. If you have done PMP, whatever you have learned in PMP as a stakeholder engagement, same things remains here. So in general, understanding of stakeholder, register, their power interest grid, understanding their engagement levels, building trust, resolving conflict, communicating, push, pull, interacting, those kind of stuff which you usually do with the stakeholders will come as a stakeholder engagement. Though it's a 16% second most after program lifecycle, but usually it is straightforward as per the leadership roles. Then governance. Governance becomes another tricky topic sometime. Yeah, after strategic alignment, benefits management, and these two domains, the governance sometimes becomes tricky, which focuses on ensuring engagement of organizational governance group and ensuring that we are executing program as per governance standard. And second aspect is ensuring that appropriate amount of governance is provided to the projects which are under the program. So this is how we are expected to prepare for PGMP certification. These are the 5 domain. And hopefully, as I said before, that it is just not about adding a certificate in your profile. Now, once you know all these domain, when you put a description about your program in your CV, you probably will start from strategic alignment. When we go for a first round of application, usually people start talking about their CV detail. They talk about, oh, I did a program where we integrated 3 applications. Yeah, and we delivered it to the customer. I say, oh, that is something we can't put in the description. We have to start from why your organization wanted to integrate these 3 applications and what strategic goal they achieved by doing these 3 application integration. So you have to start from organization want to become more responsive to the customers. Organization may want to reduce their operational cost, and because of these delays, things were getting something fair. So in order to achieve that strategic goal, organization initiated this project, and this project will give them fast customer delivery, fast response time, more money, and less overheads. That is something you should speak about a program management. So that's a language we start getting because we start understanding the strategic alignments and benefits management. And usually after few rounds of our application reviews, people get it. And that is something is I see is a value before we go for the PGMP exam alone. Yeah. Any question on the content outline before we go further? hopefully you got some idea about these 5 domains of program management. And whatever I told you, if you get that much understanding, you probably will also have a good starting point for preparing for PGMP exam as well.
I'll just quickly ask, while I understand in terms of the percentage weightage that is assigned here, what do you see where people with experience, this much experience, generally go wrong, or what seems like an area where they have to fight between idealism and practicality? Because
So I would say it is nothing about practicality or ideal problem. Yeah, same for PMP also for TVC. It's more about
Mhm.
it is not part of my role. Yeah, sometimes I have a limits. So say I might be working for my client and client say just integrate these 3 application and these 3 projects are with you and keep ensuring and release this deliverable. So my program is only focusing on delivery. I am not even clear why the client is really doing this program, what kind of money they want to make. Yeah, we are probably not exposed to that. But when I'm studying program management, I need to know that. I probably need to show that I am involved, even validating the business case of should we do this program or not. So as a current job I am doing, my role is only limited to program lifecycle management and stakeholder engagement and some amount of governance. I am lacking the opportunity of doing strategic alignments and benefits management. And that is the usual thing which I see in the people who are going for PGMP. I also interact with many people who can't pass the PGMP exam. And when I analyze their results, the benefits management, which is just an 11%, usually come as a first issue. Yeah. So benefits are not clear. And people say it's just an 11%, but actually it is just not the 11%. It is also connected. When you are not clear about benefits, you start governance. And when you start losing governance, you're losing alignment. So that's the usual thing which we see in our experience when we work with various professionals who could not make the PGMP in a first attempt. Yeah.
thank you.
So, Saketji, how tough it is, and per day, how much effort is required? So that is the
We are
basic
going
question.
there. We are going
Yeah.
there as a preparation thing. And
Okay.
see, and it's been little change, seems like in the exam in the last 3 months. So if you are talking to someone who has done PGMP before December, his experience could be different. But from last 3 months, it has become a little more tricky. Earlier, it was pretty much predictable, but we'll talk. So we do have a question talking about, do I need to study PMBOK or I need to study a program management standard? And this is something we need to focus on. Yeah. Uh, so can we correlate benefits management with the PMI ACP? Not that much. In a PMI ACP, we just focus on prioritization of a backlog and all. But when we talk about PGMP, we have a specific artifacts which are maintained for benefits. So we probably need to understand about benefits register, benefits management plan, benefits transition, benefits sustainment, and ensuring the benefits are aligned to the business case. So this portion is not that much covered when we talk about PMI ACP. It only talks about product backlog should be prioritized in such a manner so we produce the right benefits. Yeah, so that is something.
I mean, I'm talking about benefits from a value perspective, what we normally take into ACP.
Yeah. So benefits as a term consistent, be it a PMI ACP or PMP. Yes, answer is yes. Yeah. So from a
Okay,
PGMP
thanks.
perspective, there are 4 terms we need to be very clear. Yeah, sometime in the PMP, PMI, ACP, we may not get into that much detail. So we have a term called output, outcome, benefits, value. Yeah. And many a time these things are used interchangeably. Outcome, benefits, value, people use it like the way they want to use. But we in a PGMP, we need to be very clear about them. So output is clear. Output is that you produce a software, you produce a deliverable, that's an output. As a result of output, you produce outcome. Like customers are happy, customers are finding the process easy. That's an outcome. Now, because customers are happy, how much increase in sale you are getting? That's a benefit. Yeah. So benefit is more, it could be a tangible, intangible, but it's more like a thing which you are really, the thing which is the reason behind this particular program. And the aggregation of benefits is a value. Do you really care for customer sales increasing? That's a value. So organization wants to grow. That's why they want to increase sale. And they really see a value in increasing sale because it's aligned to their strategic benefit. That's why they call it benefit. And by doing a website revamp, we make customer happy. By making customer happy, we increase sale. By increasing sale, we grow the organization. Yeah. So website is output, happy customer is outcome. The benefits the increase in sales is the benefit, and the aggregation of it is something which takes you to the next level value. Yeah. So these are the terminology which will come in the PGMP exam. You are already in, so you will get it as you start watching those videos further. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now we can say that. So what is the overall process and how do we prepare? Yeah, that's the final section. Now, for preparing for PGMP, so PMI has a standard, yeah, like the way you have a PMP and other the PMBOK kind of a standard. Similarly, PMI has a standard called Program Management Standard. Yeah, so they have PMI global standards, and the program management standard is 300-page around PDF file, which is something is your key for doing PGMP. That something is there. So if we get the program management standard well, and the exam content outline well, the exam content outline here, and I can correlate this exam content outline with program management standard well, I'm done. That's it. Yeah. So when I have a situational case, I can see the task. I understand the program management standard. I will do good in the exam. Yeah. But at the same time, recently, especially in the last 3 months, I have met many people who could not make it in the first attempt. Before that, I was assuming PGMP is a very, very simple certificate. You just need to apply your judgment. Yeah, but seems to be that because of lack in experience in some areas and poor correlationship between exam content outline and standard, people can find it a little tricky as well. So we need to take appropriate practice test. We need to make sure that we are taking appropriate feedback, because retake is $600 in case of PGMP. It's expensive. So your first exam is $800. Yeah, it's an expensive exam, and if you can't make it, retake will be $600. So you want to be pretty prepared before you attack this particular exam. So yes, you can prepare it using program management standard. Do I need to study PMBOK? Most likely not, because you already have done PMP. But if you have forgotten about what was risk response, what is risk transfer, what is risk escalate, you don't remember what is resource leveling, you don't remember what is work breakdown structure, then you probably get those project management fundamentals. Yeah. So those project management fundamentals, you can get it by reading quickly a PMBOK, or maybe because the PGMP standard will not teach you the definition of risk. They assume that you know the definition of risk. So they will directly top at a level where the risk is becoming important at a program level. Yeah? It is having multiple projects getting impacted. It is something which is a subject of escalation. So they will talk about those topics only, but I need to know the foundation. Same is for quality. They will not talk about the Pareto analysis and quality tools, but they expect if one of the project manager is presenting you a Pareto analysis, you understand what he is doing. Yeah, so that way we should have a project management understanding, but not necessary to memorize anything about that. Yeah. So from a material perspective, the program management standard and PGMP exam content outline is more than enough. But we do have our program which has far more content, these two things, because we need to make sure that people get it easily. First, they connect to the content before they go for the exam. So that's if you feel a little less confident, then you can definitely take other material, and we have our program for that. Yeah. So I will give a little demo of the program. But before that, if anyone has a question, we can talk. So I think whatever question came in the chat, I have taken care of it. But if I miss something, please point me to that.
Are there any specific traits? This is more of a generic question, not specific to the exam, but that they test on or that they look for.
Same thing, the program management exam content outline. Yeah. So here, if it's here, now sometimes people have, because of the way some individual prepare for PMP, they remember, you should be a servant leader, you should be always collaborative. I don't probably follow too much even in our class. People get it by usual. But if someone wants to really focus on for project management, also it is all about project management principles. So the 12 principles which are there in the project management, they tell how the project manager should be guiding their behavior, because you will be following project management principles. Similarly, in your PGMP standard as well, you have a program management principles. So the idea is that yes, there are areas, domains, but how should you guiding your behavior, your execution, that is formally given in the format of principles. So one can understand the program management principle, which is part of the program management standard. We do have a public video about it. Yeah, in case someone wants to get it, it's around 1 hour video in our YouTube. You can study the program management principles. Anything else, anyone, before I move to the preparation thing about this particular content?
I can ask one more.
Go ahead, please.
Just
Yeah.
I have looked at the difficulty rating of this exam, right, versus PMP versus whatever the toughest exams that they have, right? And uh, I've seen that success rate or pass rate and whatnot is relatively on lower side as compared to PMP. Not trying to
What
deter
I
anyone, on the
personally
call.
believe is, yeah, it should not be the case.
Mhm.
And I was strongly believer that PMP, if someone has a good understanding of project management, PGMP is 50% less complex than PMP. I personally believe that, yeah. But I know many trainer has a reverse belief than me. I don't know why. I am still figuring out why. And I do believe it all depends upon the content and experience. Now, maybe it may be a little easy to memorize ideas and rules for project management and do it, yeah, rather than really doing project management. That way it is trickable. Which may become little difficult when you deal with the program management, because you need to get it. If you are just remembering, whenever servant leadership comes, say servant leadership, whenever this comes, do this. If you are just focusing on memorization, then I think it is less trickable than PMP. But if you focus on understanding perspective, then it is far, far easier than PMP. That's what I believe. Yeah. I can talk about myself. When I was thinking of doing PGMP, I hardly clear about that what is all this. I just read the exam content outline, briefly read the standard, and I said, if I will just use my experience, I should pass. And that is true for PMP as well. But just you need to make sure that you don't overshoot the time. If someone has a good project management experience, they can go for the exam and they will pass. Just they need to make sure they give the exam in 4 hours. The same is true for program management also. If someone has a good program management experience, they just need to get some terminology right by spending 2 days reading PGMP certification booklet, program management standard, and they will pass the exam. I did myself that way only, without even taking any practice test, just read it and made it possible. But if we have a little trick, difficulty in focusing for 4 hours continuously, managing time, and there is no clarity about our quality of experience in the exam content outline. When you read it, you will get it. Yeah, when you start reading program management standard, if you have a lack of experience, it will become weird for you. Then you have to prepare well. Yeah, but if you have a good experience, you'll say, yeah, this is it. Yeah, you are most likely you will finish reading the program management standard in 6 hours, maximum 6 hours if you have a good experience. And then you will realize this seems to be too easy. Why should I wait for another week? I better give the exam. Yeah. So don't worry. Just rely on getting the right knowledge. If you have a right knowledge, it is going to be easy. Yeah. Now,
Um,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
you mentioned about time, not overshooting time. Did you see that was a challenge when you were taking the exam?
No. So, but don't bring me here, because I am into
Right.
of doing this only. Yeah? Because I keep creating questions there, and when I see a question, I understand what might be the question creator might be thinking for this question. So this becomes little different, because I make so many questions also. So I have a,
Mhm.
oh, this guy is trying to test this thing. So it becomes like I'm trainer talking to a trainer. Yeah, that is the thing. But in general, when I talk to my clients, time management is issue for few, but not for all. It depends upon the reading speed. But overall, like a PMP things, yeah. But we do have a clients who finish the exam half an hour early. 90% of the people don't complain about time. Yeah, there could be 10% who may complain about the time. Yeah. Good. Yeah. So I quickly show how can we assist. Yeah, that's the thing. So we do have a program. It's a completely self-paced program. And we have a video content. We do give you a video content of Pinbox 6, Pinbox 7, Agile Scrum also in case you want to refresh your knowledge, but not need it if you already have it. But we do have a video content talking about the complete Pinbox, the Program Management Standard 5th edition. And we follow line by line, but on top of it, yeah, we do give you sections and even examples, how you possibly let's see a program charter rather than memorizing what is a program charter. Let's really see what is a risk management strategy, what is the roadmap. Let's see the roadmap yourself. Yeah, so that way we have some good amount of sample documents also created rather than just making you explain and learn about the concepts alone. So this way we take care of all of these domains sufficiently in depth. We recently also started making detailed documents related to exam content outline. This came a feedback last week only. And here the exam content outline booklets are getting met. The only thing is which left is a program management lifecycle. And for each exam content outline, we have a story. If people get that story, they will be finding the exam far, far easy to interpret. So we have good amount of video and learning content. If someone enrolls with us, then they just need to go through our content. And after that, we do have questions, assessments. So there are assessment questions related to each domain, 50-50 questions, so that you start building some confidence by doing it. And afterwards, once you are done with these 50-50 questions, then we have a full-length mock test to make you ready for your PGMP exam. As of now, we have a 4 full-length mock test, which gives you enough feedback to get ready for your exam. So this way we handle and we do run our WhatsApp group for our enrolled clients. The first thing is your application. So we have a program where we take care of application and learning both. And we also have an option where you can independently pick up these components. So if someone want to just take a learning content and they have taken care of application already, then they can only take a learning piece. By default, both the programs comes together and you get assisted in your application, which will take around 1.5 months. PMI was approving it within a week before, but nowadays, from last few weeks, we are seeing that our clients are waiting for more than 3 weeks. But yeah, so there is a little slowness. The PMI commitment is they will do within 60 days. So 60 days is pretty long commitment, but we can plan 1.5 month may go in application approval process itself. And once your application is approved, you have a 1 year time to give the exam. Maybe you will take another 15-20 days. If you have used that 1.5 month well, then you will not take much time to prepare for the exam. Yeah. So that's our program, which can assist you. And this is how you can get certified with ease. So completely self-paced. We do have a partnership with another trainer if someone wants to go for live class along with our self-paced, in case someone is looking for that. But in general, me personally focus on self-paced program, and I try to assist one-on-one based on the people's readiness and all those things. Yeah. So fee structure, we have straightforward. We have 425 as a dollar as a full price, which includes application and the self-paced program both. And if someone wants to buy only the preparation part, then we have a $299 as a only preparation part. And if someone wants to only take application support, then it's a 150. Yeah, so this is how we have designed our fee. And this is a basic fee. Our fee is around 50% of retake fee of PGMP exam. Yeah, but you need to be little bit aware of the fee of PGMP exam itself. Our fee is small, but you need to plan for PGMP exam fee as well. So if you are from India, then you will see your pricing here. If you are outside, then it will be a $800 for members. Yeah. And for non-members, it will be high. Membership will take another $150. So you can say around $1,000 will go in exam around. Yeah. In case of Indian rupees, you can say 60,000 will go in the exam. Yeah. As a membership, 60,000 plus GST. Yeah. So you know it's around 70 to 70,000 that will go in the exam and your membership alone. Yeah. And afterwards, yeah, that's the thing. And the retake fee is $600 equivalent in case you go for retake. And our content is relatively cost effective, which can get you ready for the preparation. So I think I have explained both the fees, the PMI fee and also our fee.
Saket, do you not offer any live instructor based training? Uh, I'm asking because self-paced is good, but
So what I
sometimes.
said is we do have a partner trainer with whom we connect, and if you
Got it.
want to take a instructor based coming through us, that difference would be you will get the complete online package, you will get complete assistance as usual. On top of it, you have opportunity to work with the instructor and attend the instructor based class. Yeah. As of now, I'm still observing because in our client base, the people are coming from different part of the world. We have good number of people from Europe, Canada, and Australia also. So, and see, from a PMI perspective, the PGMP certificate has been made for senior professionals. They don't even insist a mandatory training. Like, unlike your PMP case where 25 contact hours are must, or PMI ACP, you must have a 28 contact hours. PMI is saying this is something you can just put the application and come and show the exam. You don't have to go to any trainer. Yeah, that's how the PMI is designing. So
Right.
I'm still thinking that maybe self-paced will be good enough rather than having an instructor class. But
And
yeah, we have option.
yeah, I mean, I only said it for this reason, right? The problem happens is when people are, and I'm maybe talking for more than just me. At this phase of life, there are more distractions
I know. I know.
or commitment than otherwise. So having an instructor basically tie you to a regular routine to be able to finish uh, what is needed to take the exam. Not really testing that either that it is
I know. I
mandatory
know.
or
I
otherwise.
know. So we do have an option where we can connect. So I just clarify the instructor based program are usually 2 weekends program, yeah, where they will be spending around 5 to 6 hours per day. So there will be 4 sessions. Yeah, you can say you will learn for 20 hours live. Yeah. So that is something is there. Now, would it be possible to arrange a live class for doubt clarification? Yeah. So in case of our clients, we do have a WhatsApp group where we clarify their doubts, and I also conduct minimum 3 to 4 sessions on a different time zones where people from our class can connect. Yeah, so that's something we do. Yeah, and I take that clarification classes. Yeah, so the with our clients, even if you enroll for our instructor partner and this, you will get a continuous live support. And if someone has a specific goal and can't attend into the scheduled one, we also do a one-on-one session for them. Yeah, so those doubt clarification will be taken care once you are part with us in any situation. Yeah. Now, this is the one question. And then again, if you are going for an instructor-based program with us, our support for self-learning content and our continuous support to provide you clarification remains as it is. On top of it, you will get 20 hours from our partner trainer named Kailash Upadhyay. He will be running the session for you 2 weekend, 5 hours each class. So overall 20 hours of learning you will get, which will be a live interactive learning. After that, you back to us. Yeah, you have all the content available. So that's the instructor-led program. Yeah. Now, how do I maintain it? If I have done PMP, if I have done PGMP, if I have done PMI ACP, then I need to 60 PDUs for PMP, 60 PDUs for PMI PGMP, and 30 PDUs for PMI ACP. Then it will become 150. The answer is no. Yeah. So PMI has a game, and especially leadership and business domain the PDUs are interchangeable. So if I apply 60 PDUs, for PGMP, most likely they will renew my PMP and PMI ACP as well. You don't have to do incremental until unless you had a say PGMP will definitely go back because it will be covering all those domains as well. But sometimes you do a pure agile learning may not be qualifying for some of the PGMP PDUs, but in general they will be overlapped. Yeah, so that something is there. And if you do our program, first thing is from application perspective, you don't have to claim any contact hours, but we do provide 60 PDUs as a part of our PGMP learning. Once you get PGMP certified, we can give you a 60 PDU certificate, which can renew your current PGMP for 3 years. Yeah. So say you get certified after 2 months, you have a 3-year validity plus 3 more years. So we give you a 6 years validity directly. And if you are carrying the PMP certification, that will also get carried forward for 3 years. So that way we will take care of your 60 PDUs, at least one renewal cycle taken care with us. Too much long-term thinking, Aditya, but as of now, focus on getting things. But yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, we will be assisting you. Yeah.
Saket, this is Praveen here.
Please.
Yeah, so Saket, you mentioned about the PDUs, right? So I have my PMP certification, which is due for renewal in the next month or so. It's, I think, around May. So will I be also, able to use those PDUs across for my PMP?
So answer is yes. Now there are two things.
Okay.
So you enroll to our program and we give you 60 PDUs. And if you have not yet done PGMP and you apply those 60 PDUs, then you will be getting the benefits in renewing the PMP. Yeah. But since you have not yet done PGMP, so that benefit will not come for this PGMP.
Got it.
Yeah. But at the same time, you get usually 1 year suspension period time, yeah, after your validity gets over. So assuming if your PMP is due to May, you will get a 1 year suspension period. So you can say, okay, let the certificate remain in suspension. I will apply the PDUs as soon as I finish the PGMP. You can take a 1 or 2 months. In that case, you can use the same PDU for both. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Good. So this is all. And yes, so we do have a clarification sessions and all. Now, some of you, if you are already preparing and you want to do self-study only and you don't want to enroll to any program, perfectly okay. We have community content as well. If you feel confident about your preparation, do check our YouTube channel. We have around 190 questions. I think no one has that detailed question on PGMP as of now. And these questions are exactly aligned with program management standard. Every week we get 1 or 2 comments where people tell they got certified and they found good value in our video based explanation questions. So if you are not yet aware, yeah, about that content, please make a good use of it. Yeah, so that's a whole playlist you have, which is just available to anyone who just focus on the online content. Yeah, so here you can find those 190 questions. Actually, if you have a good program management experience, you have studied program management standard few times, and you are someone who can take the risk, the only thing probably you need is this set of video, 10 hours of learning free. Yeah, yeah, because each video is around half an hour and we have a 190 questions. Yeah, so around 19 videos. So you have a 10 plus hours of free learning from my side, which gives you a very strong foundation for your exam. So yeah, I do prefer you go for more detailed learning with me, but in case if you are already committed somewhere, then you can use this particular content. Yeah. So
Can you
another
please?
question. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah.
So I was just saying, if you can please post this channel on the
Chat.
chat.
Yes, yes. So I'm posting the direct playlist link. Yeah. So anyway, the channel will also come automatically. So this playlist can be a useful tool for anyone who is preparing for PGMP. Same set of these questions. Yeah. By making the summary of these questions, we have also prepared a free test for PGMP, which is available on our knowledge place. So because we tell people that if you are feeling you are ready, take our test and you should be scoring 80%. And if you are scoring 80%, you probably will pass. It's a free test. Yeah. Again, so this is a free service from us. Yeah. Same video questions, but there we have a 170 question free test, which you can take. And if you score 80% in it, there is no tricks here. You are probably ready for the PGMP exam. Yeah. Okay. Now, do we have a self-paced program for PMI ACP? as of now, we can say, yes, you can take it, yeah, till this March, but afterwards, PMI will say not to do it because we are PMI REP, ATP. And from March end onwards, we must be doing basically a program which is live instructor based only. Yeah, that's the recommendation they have. But yeah, if you have already done your application and all, you are not looking for criteria for PDUs, then we can definitely share the recorded content, practice test to make your PMI ACP also easy. In case, connect with us, we'll find some solution for you. Good. So this is from my side. One playlist, 10 hours of free learning and more, and a practice test which can get you ready and evaluate yourself how well you are doing for PGMP preparation. If you are already in the game, if you want to take little assisted view, application is the first goal. We work with you and then we focus on ensuring that you get ready for the preparation. Yeah, self-paced program, but it is with the clarification support and connection, not just letting you to consume your videos alone. Yeah, so that's the thing. Our team will be in touch with you. If you have any specific query, you can connect with me. I keep posting things on LinkedIn around program management. So if you are already connected, great. Yeah, nice. If not, probably you may want to connect there. I just put that link as well in the chat in case it is of some use. Yeah. So two links I posted. One is a YouTube playlist. You can follow that. And another is a LinkedIn profile of mine so that we remain connected. Anything before I close?
So, Saket, generally, how much time it is required? 2 months is the sufficient time?
Should be sufficient time. I usually give a range of 100 hours of preparation. I used to give 30 to 100 hours of range, yeah. But nowadays people are saying it's difficult. So I am not giving 30 hours as a range. But yeah, if someone has an experience, it could be as less as 30 hours of preparation. But 100 hours seems to be good. So you can say if you are spending 10 hours per week, yeah, maybe 10 weeks are good enough.
Got it.
Yeah. Yes. Happy Holi, everyone. Thank you. Nice.
Happy Holi.
Just one thing, one more question. I know you mentioned that you conduct this session, and I have heard a lot of good things about you from your PMP courses. Just curious, are you thinking of teaching a PMP course per se as well? Instead of, I'm sure the partner is pretty good as well, but I'm just curious if you are going to be taking any of the classes.
I teach live class myself for PMP and for PMI ACP. I take myself. Yeah. For PGMP, as of now, I'm more focusing on self-paced program because see the market size is also relatively less and people are spread across. So I'm not yet very clear that should I personally start doing live class for PGMP. As of now, not. Yeah, but I am taking care of it with the help of self-paced and live interactions in between.
Got it. Makes sense. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes. Great. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending it. Today is a little holiday also in India, especially who are here. So thank you for taking time. Nice connecting here. Yeah. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.